Hello, good morning everyone. Today in this video we are going to discuss about sense organs of rat, and in that we are going to see anatomy of ear. I am Dr. Mohammad Ismail, Department of Zoology, JAT College Malegaon. So let's start. Ear of rat is basically divided into three main compartments or three main parts. And what are those parts? Number one is external ear, number two is middle ear, and number three is internal ear. Now come to external ear. It consists of a movable flap-like pinna, means external ear pinna, and a canal called external auditory meatus. Pinna is composed of thin plate of elastic cartilage. It is flexible one. It is made by cartilage and it is covered by a layer of skin. Pinna is responsible for collecting sound waves and sending it inside the ear through external auditory meatus. Means the main function of external ear pinna is to collect the sound waves and sending it inside, means in internal ear. Now the second part of external ear is external auditory meatus. External auditory meatus is slightly curved canal. It is a canal one, slightly curved canal extending from floor of the pinna to tympanic membrane or eardrum. It contains two glands, sebaceous gland and ceruminous gland. Ceruminous glands are modified sweat gland that secrete cerumen, means wax. Means in this canal, wax is present to capture the dust particle, and it protect the eardrum from some insects and some harmful substances which come inside with the air and sound waves. So look at this figure. In this figure you can easily identify three main areas and three main parts of ear of rat. The first part is external ear. It consisting of three main elements. What are those? External ear pinna, auditory meatus, and eardrum. Number two is a tympanic cavity. In this means middle ear. In this you can find three main ossicles, ear ossicles, and the inner ear, which is lined by blue color, which consisting of cochlea and semicircular canal, which will we see further. Now tympanic membrane. It is the third important part of external ear. The tympanic membrane is also called eardrum. It is also called eardrum. It separates the outer ear from the middle ear. It is oval bluish gray membranous structure located on medial part of auditory meatus. It separates external and middle ear. It is stretchable organ, flexible organ, capable of vibration, capable of vibrating. It receives sound wave and amplify into appropriate magnitude. So the main function of tympanic membrane is to amplify the sound wave which is collected by external ear pinna. So the main function of tympanic membrane is to amplification of sound waves, and uh, it has capacity to vibrate to a very small sound wave, to very small magnitude of sound wave. It can vibrate and initiate and amplify the amplification of sound. Now next one is the, now look at this figure. Here you can find the eardrum, and actually this is the figure of human ear. Look at the external ear pinna, which is made by cartilage and covered with skin, and some furrows is there, elevation and furrows is there some. So these elevations and curved structures are responsible for collecting more and more sound waves, and it leads into a canal which is known as ear canal or external auditory meatus, and at the end of auditory meters you can easily observe the eardrum. And look at the right side, both rounded or oval shaped figure. It is the actually the structure of eardrum. It is a membranous structure. It separates the external and middle ear, and from here middle ear is start, which is a cavity consisting of three main ossicles. Okay, so external ear consisting of three main elements: external ear pinna, auditory canal, and eardrum. Now come to the second important part of ear is the middle ear. Middle ear is a small chamber between tympanic membrane, means eardrum, and inner ear. Okay, it consists of tympanic cavity and contain ear ossicles. It consisting of three main ossicles or three ear ossicles. The middle ear's function is to transmit sound wave from outer ear to inner ear. Okay, and what are those three ossicles? We will see further. Now come to what is tympanic cavity. Middle ear consisting of a cavity which is known as tympanic cavity. Tympanic cavity is a narrow, irregular air-filled space in temporal bone. It has two openings. One is oval window and another one is round window. Very important structure. Two openings are present in tympanic cavity. One called oval window and another one is the round window. In the anterior wall of tympanic cavity is an auditory tube commonly called as eustachian tube. Means from tympanic cavity arises one canal which internally open into nasopharynx, and this canal is called as, this tube is called as eustachian tube. Now what is eustachian tube? Eustachian tube leads downward from tympanic cavity to nasopharynx. The main purpose of eustachian tube is to maintain equal air pressure on both the sides of tympanic membrane by permitting air to pass from nasal cavity to middle ear. So the main function of eustachian tube is to maintain air pressure balance in both the sides of middle ear as well as in external ear. Now the third important part of middle ear is the ear ossicles. What are the three ear ossicles? The three ear ossicles are elongated malleus. Malleus are elongated one, slightly bent and slightly curved incus, and triangular ring-like stapes. So these are the three main ossicles, ear ossicles: malleus, incus, and stapes form a chain of lever extending from tympanic membrane to inner ear. The ear ossicles transmit sound wave from eardrum to internal ear. Ear ossicles communicate the eardrum with internal ear through fenestra ovalis. Means the vibration of sound which is collected from the eardrum is transmitted to these three ear ossicle, and the ear ossicle transmit this vibration, this wave of sound, to the inner ear via fenestra ovalis or oval window. Look at this figure. You can find here where oval window is present, and how three ossicles are arranged in middle or tympanic cavity, middle ear. Now look at this. In the right side figure you can see eardrum, and this from this eardrum attach malleus, then incus, then stapes. And stapes is having some paddle like structure, and this paddle is attached to one window which is known as oval window, and this oval window is the opening inside the means it is the opening of inner ear in tympanic cavity. So three ear ossicles are malleus, incus, and stapes. In the left side figure you can easily identify the three main ossicles, means bones of middle ear: malleus, incus, and stapes. Stapes having some paddle like structure, flat oval shaped structure, which are basically attached to oval window. Okay. Now, the next very important part of ear is inner ear. The inner ear is also called as labyrinth because of its very complicated intricate structure of interconnecting chambers and passage. It consists of two main structural parts, one inside the other. And what are those two parts? Bony labyrinth as well as membranous labyrinth. These two structures are present one inside the other. Means bony labyrinth is the outermost tubular structure, and inside this membranous labyrinth is present. Okay. Now come to the first one, bony labyrinth. What is bony labyrinth? It is a series of hollow canals. It is a series of hollow canals. It is filled with perilymph. A liquid is present in this tube, and this liquid is known as perilymph. Bony labyrinth consists of vestibule, three semicircular canal and spirally coiled cochlea. Means three main structure is present in bony labyrinth. Means bony labyrinth consists of three main parts: vestibule, three semicircular canals, and spirally coiled cochlea. Now look at in this figure, you can easily find bony labyrinth as well as membranous labyrinth. In this tubular structure, means in three semicircular canal, which is indicated by some pink color, and cochlea is spirally coiled, which is indicated by orange as well as yellowish color. So look at this figure. The outer tube is the bony material, made by bony material, which is known as bony labyrinth, and inside this another tube is present, which is known as membranous labyrinth. Okay, so inner ear consisting of three main parts. What are those parts? Semicircular canal, vestibule as well as cochlea. Now come to second very important part of inner ear is the membranous labyrinth. It is surrounded by bony labyrinth. Means bony labyrinth is the outer tubular structure, canal structure, and inside these canals present membranous labyrinth, or some membranes are present in this tubular structure. It is filled with endolymph. Means as earlier we have talked about that bony labyrinth is filled with perilymph, while inside the membranous labyrinth there is another liquid which is known as endolymph. So it is filled with endolymph and also contain the sensory receptors for hearing and equilibrium. Membranous labyrinth consists of three semicircular ducts. Look at this. The name of membranous labyrinth structure, which is present inside the three semicircular canal of bony labyrinth, is called as three semicircular ducts, as well as utricle, saccule, and cochlear duct, and are filled with endolymph enclosed by the bony labyrinth. It also contains sensory receptor organs called as organ of Corti. It is a very important hearing organ. Our mammalian ear is having two important functions. One is hearing, no doubt, and another one is equilibrium of the body. It maintains the posture of body. So it contains sensory receptor organ, which is known as organ of Corti, which is actually the organ of hearing. Now, vestibule. Means it is the actually part of inner ear. Three main parts we have going to study. One is vestibule, another one is three semicircular canal, and the next one is the cochlea. So vestibule is the expanded part of inner ear and bony labyrinth. It has two sac-like structure. Larger and upper one is known as utriculus, and a smaller and lower sac-like structure is known as sacculus. It consists of otolith. Otolith means it is a small crystal of calcium carbonate, which is concerned with the balancing of the body. Okay. Now the second important part of inner ear is the three semicircular canals. It is associated with equilibrium or balancing of the body and not for hearing. Okay, it is a balancing organ. There are three semicircular canals arises from utriculus, and what are those canals? These canals are known as anterior one, posterior one, and lateral canal. One end of each three semicircular canal is swollen to form ampulla. You can easily find in the figure ampulla. Now the last part of inner ear is the cochlea, which is very important organ. Cochlea is a spirally shaped structure resembling snail's shell of snail. Okay, like in apple snail, garden snail, you can find the spirally coiled shell is there. So cochlea is spiral shaped and resembling the shell of snail. It is the main hearing organ. Means it's consisting of organ of Corti. It is connected with the cerebrum by vestibulocochlear nerve. From here, one nerve arises and enter into the cerebrum and auditory center. It goes to auditory center, and this nerve is known as vestibulocochlear nerve. Cochlea is divided into three spiral fluid filled chamber. And what are those fluid filled chamber? Number one is scala vestibuli. Scala vestibuli communicate with vestibule of inner ear, and it contains perilymph. Number two chamber is the scala tympani. It ends at the round window of tympanic cavity and it contains perilymph. Now look at this figure. In this figure you can see three different figures. In the left upper figure you can see the total inner ear of mammalian ear. Three semicircular canal is there and one spirally coiled cochlea is there. Okay. Now in the upper second figure, right side figure, the bluish color part and the yellowish color canal is also showing here, and this figure actually depicting the internal membranous labyrinth. Means the outer canal is known as bony labyrinth, and the bony labyrinth is divided into three chambers by two membranes, and these membranes are known as membranous labyrinth. Now look at the last lowermost figure, which is the actually TS, transverse section of this cochlear canal or bony labyrinth. So you can find here three compartments. The bony labyrinth is divided into three main compartments by two membranes. The upper chamber is known as scala vestibule. The middle one is known as scala media, and the lowermost chamber, bluish color chamber, is known as scala tympani. Scala tympani as well as scala vestibule, these two chambers are highlighted by sky blue color because these two contain perilymph, while the middle chamber is highlighted by yellowish color because it contains endolymph. Okay, so these three chambers are basically divided by two important membranes. What are those membranes? The first means scala vestibule, uppermost chamber, and middle one scala media are divided by one membrane which is known as Reisner's membrane, while the scala media means middle one and the lowermost chamber which is known as scala tympani, both these two chambers are divided by basilar membrane. Okay, now scala media, come to the next chamber, scala media. Scala media means it is also known as cochlear duct. Basically why it is called as cochlear duct, because it contains organ of Corti. Look at this, the characteristic features of scala media. what are present in scala media. It lies between scala vestibuli and scala tympani. Means it is the middle chamber. It contains endolymph. Scala media or cochlear duct is separated from scala vestibule by vestibular membrane, or it is also known as Reisner's membrane, while scala media and scala tympani are separated by basilar membrane. The basilar membrane has organ of Corti formed by receptor auditory cells. Now in this figure again it is the TS of bony labyrinth. The outer means the whole structure is the bony labyrinth. When you took the transverse section of this bony labyrinth, you can find three compartments which is formed by two important membranes. The uppermost membrane is known as Reisner's membrane and the lowermost membrane is known as basilar membrane. So by this, with the help of these two membrane, the whole rounded structure means bony labyrinth is divided into three main compartments: scala vestibule, middle one cochlear duct or scala media, and the lowermost one is the scala tympani. Okay, Reisner's membrane do not have any important organ or any cells, while the basilar membrane contain organ of Corti. Look at this, the figure of organ of Corti, which is actually the part of hearing, which involve in hearing mechanism. Okay, so this section consisting of different cells. Look at this figure. In this figure, you can find it is the actually organ of Corti, enlarged structure of organ of Corti. The pinkish color structure is known as tectorial membrane, which is always present on the surface of this organ of Corti. Okay, and below this green color cells of Hansen's present, while the orange color cells are the main important cells which having apical hairs. That's why these cells are known as hair cells. And you can easily find the base of these cells means outer hair cells consisting of yellowish color nerve fibers, and these nerve fibers are attached with the vestibulocochlear nerve. Okay, so actually these cells are important cells. They are involved in hearing mechanism. So this is all about the structure of organ of Corti. In the next video we will learn about a mechanism of hearing. So I hope this video is useful and very informative for you for the anatomy of internal structure. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you.